Hello students, welcome back in geography class of 6th standard, day 3. Today we are going to continue with the chapter number 5, minerals. Students, in the last class we have done types of minerals that are metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. In metallic minerals, we have discussed two types of metallic minerals. Number 1, ferrous minerals. Number 2, non-ferrous minerals. Here are some questions regarding the last topic. So number 1 question is, what do you mean by mineralogy? Number 2, what do you mean by geology? Number 3, what do you mean by geologist? Number 4, name the two types of minerals. Number 5, into how many types of metallic minerals are divided? Name them. Number 6, what are the features of metallic minerals? Number 7, what do you mean by ferrous minerals? Give some examples. Number 8, what do you mean by non-ferrous minerals? Give some examples. I hope students, you all are able to answer all these questions. And children, in today's class we will discuss non-metallic minerals, types of non-metallic minerals, which are organic minerals and inorganic minerals, and last, distribution of minerals. Before reading non-metallic minerals from book, let's know more about non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals are special group of chemical elements from which no new product can be generated if they are melted. For example, sand, gravel, limestone, clay, marble, etc. The non-metallic minerals industry is best known for the production of cement, glass, and lime products. Thus, the range of application is quite broad, from construction materials to sanitary ware to tableware and decorative products. Now students, take out page number 58. Let's start reading from book. Non-metallic minerals. It means minerals from which we do not get metals. Now let's start reading. The minerals which do not yield metals on smelting are called the non-metallic minerals. Here smelting means the process of extracting a metal by heating. Next, they are found in sedimentary rocks. Here sedimentary rocks means rocks which are formed by deposition of sediments brought down by rivers. They are not as hard as the metallic minerals. When hit, they get broken into several pieces. Students, we have already read in metallic minerals that they are hard. And unlike metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals are not hard and they break easily into several pieces when we hit them with a hard substance. For example, limestone, marble, etc. Next, they are not ductile and malleable. Here ductile means the quality of a metal to be drawn into thin wire, and malleable means the quality of a metal to be drawn into thin sheets without breaking or cracking. It means non-metallic minerals do not have ability to convert its shape. We do not get any new product on melting them. Now, let's focus on the types of non-metallic minerals, where first we will discuss about the organic minerals. An organic mineral is a mineral that has been formed through biological process or due to the presence of biological material. Now let's start reading. Organic minerals. Here organic minerals means minerals having organic matter. Here organic matter means matter which is composed of organic compounds that have come from the remains of organisms such as plants and animals and their waste products in the environment. Now let's start reading. The minerals that contain organic matter are called organic minerals. Students, mark this line. This is the definition of organic minerals. Fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, etc. are derived from the buried plants and animals. Here fossil fuels means fuels that we get from death and decay of animals and plants. And derived means obtained. It means fossil fuels are formed over millions of years from the fossils or remains of dead animals and plants that were buried under dirt and rocks. Heat from inside the earth and pressure from rocks change these fossils into coal, oil, and natural gas. Now, next we have inorganic minerals. Students, inorganic minerals are not like organic minerals because they are not created from the remains of organisms and they are not alive as they were a part of anything that existed on the earth. Now let's start reading inorganic minerals. Inorganic minerals means minerals having inorganic matters. The minerals that do not contain organic matter are called inorganic minerals. Students, mark this line. This is the definition of inorganic minerals. Limestone, graphite, mica, etc. are the examples of inorganic minerals. Now students, take out page number 59. Next we will study about the distribution of minerals. So have a look on this chart. At first number, we will read about iron ore. Students, iron ore is the backbone of our modern industries. The economic growth of a country is judged by its consumption. Iron and steel together form the largest manufactured products in the world. Students, today iron widely used in construction of roads, railways, machines, buildings, etc. We get the iron ore from the countries like China, Brazil, Australia, India, and Russia. Secondly, we will talk about manganese. Manganese is not found as a free element in nature. It is often found in combination with iron. It is primarily used in iron and steel industry. It is the basic raw material for manufacturing steel. Mainly manganese is found in China, Brazil, South Africa and Australia. Number third mineral is aluminium. Aluminium is the most common metal found within the earth crust but does not occur as a metal in its natural state. Aluminium is taken out from bauxite. Students, aluminium is used in a huge variety of products like cans, foils, kitchen utensils, window frames, and aeroplane parts. It is found in the countries like Australia, Brazil, China, and Guyana. Next, number 4th, we will talk about copper. Copper was the first metal found by humans. Mostly copper is used in electrical equipments such as wires and motors. It is also used in automobile industries, railway equipment industries, and stainless steel industry. Copper is mostly found in Chile, USA, Indonesia, and China. Number 5th mineral is gold. Gold is a soft, dense, and yellow metal. As a precious metal, it has been used for thousands of years by people all over the world for jewelry and as a money. It is found in China, USA, Australia, and South Africa. Next, number 6th mineral is silver. Silver is a precious metal like gold. It is commonly extracted from ore by smelting. Silver is used in coins, jewelry, and silverware. We get maximum silver from the countries like Peru, Mexico, China, and Australia. Now last 7th metallic mineral is tin. Tin is a black or brown mineral found in igneous rocks. Tin has many uses. It takes a high polish and is used to coat other metals to prevent corrosion, such as in tin cans which are made of tin coated steel. We get tin from China, Indonesia, and Peru. Now let's move to the non-metallic minerals. At first number, we will study about coal. Coal is a brownish black mineral found in sedimentary rock. Coal is formed when dead plant matter decays into peat and is converted into coal by the heat and pressure of deep burial over millions of years. Coal is primarily used as a fuel. It is the major source of power. It is conventional source of energy. It is used in generation of electric power for mineral based industries such as iron steel industry and cement industry. Mainly we get coal from China, USA, India and Australia. Second non-metallic mineral is petroleum. Petroleum is a natural occurring liquid found beneath the earth's surface that can be refined into fuel. Petroleum is a fossil fuel, meaning that it has been created by the deposition of organic matter over millions of years. It is used in transportation, industrial power, heating and lighting, and petrochemical industry. We get petroleum from Russia, Saudi Arabia, USA, and Iran. Last number 3rd non-metallic mineral is mica. Mica minerals are major rock forming minerals found in granite. Mica is usually formed in layers of sediments on ocean floors. Mica is used in paints, electrical industry, toothpaste, and cosmetics. We get mostly mica from China, USA, Australia, and India. So I hope students, today's topic is clear to all. Now your homework is reread today's topic and do question G from exercise 1, very short answer type questions. Question B, C, D from exercise 2, short answer type questions, and exercise 4, differentiate between on copy. Thank you.